for you and get open.
Well, anytime we get the ball in that situation, we got to be really good in 4 or 5 minute offense. We feel as though we're trying to convert as many first downs as possible and win the football game right there. That's our mindset. That's our philosophy. When we get in those moments, we failed to do that. It put our team in a difficult situation. That's why our mindset is our mindset. We failed on it. We get another, all we can do is wait for the next opportunity. Hope we do a better job of converting in those situations. As far as the running back situation, we were down running backs. We barely had one at the time. We was down to our last one, and he did a great job of just fighting for us. And injuries has been tough this year for everyone, but we got to find ways to work through whatever we got out there on the field and make sure we make enough plays to win football games. That's really our mindset. We don't really see anything as a deficiency. We see it as putting guys in position to do what they do well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next question will be from Greg Allman.
Hey, Byron, obviously it's kind of a next man up mentality, absolutely. But to be healthier on Sunday, to have Godwin and Watson and Fournette and others potentially back, as a play caller, how much does that help you in terms of having more plays and more flexibility in what you want to call, just because you have more guys available to throw to?
Yeah, and when you have more guys available, you can put more guys in position to have success. The tough part that's been for us the past couple of weeks is that we're really going into games not knowing who's going to really be there until the game day. So, we'll just try to – it's our job. It's my job to put these guys in position regardless of who we have. I think with all the guys being down, we still could have done enough to win that football game last week. We didn't. And all we got to do is hope we can get better. Hopefully we can get the team that we started off with inside the huddle so we can play with those guys. But we do understand it's the game of football. It happens, and we just got to be ready for whatever circumstances come our way.
Byron, obviously you don't have to worry about him on Sunday. You have to worry about his defense. But just stepping back, Aaron Rodgers, you being a quarterback and a quarterback coach, what do you like most about him? What does he do best as a quarterback to have the success he's had in the league?
He's Aaron Rodgers, right? He's Aaron Rodgers. He's been at the top of the list with a couple guys for a long time. That's who he is. I was actually in the Super Bowl against this guy, and that goes to show you how long he's really been doing this at such a high level. It's two great quarterbacks going into this game. I guess as a fan, it'll be talked about all week, and this what fans want to see, two guys like this that play the way that they play, that got the resumes that they got. But to be honest with you, between the two guys, I already know they're not playing against each other. They're not playing against each other, really. Both teams got really good defenses, and they're trying to get ready for that opponent.
Thanks, Byron.
Thank you.
Next will be Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Byron. Rojo's obviously had a couple pretty good games back-to-back. Can you talk about the blocking you're seeing up front, maybe the improvements you've seen from a year ago? What stands out to you about the offensive line and what they've done with the run blocking? Is Gronk a big part of that reason? I know a lot of people look for him to catch passes, but I think maybe underrated is his blocking.
He told you guys he was a blocker, right? Nah, he helps. He helps to have a big guy like that on the edge. I think it's really the physicality that we're playing with up front. Our guys are playing extremely physical. They're getting the hat on the hat. They're getting to their guy. We're doing a really good job of getting to the second level of defenses. I think Rojo is doing a better job, too, of understanding where the ball needs to go and where we need to insert the ball. And that sometimes that takes time. And I think we've been doing a good job of that the past couple of weeks of getting Rowe in position. Our guys up front being very physical, getting the hat on the hat, giving us open lanes so he could be able to run the ball.
Now, there was some confusion last week in the Bears game at the end. Looked like Tom lost track of the downs. What did you see play out there against Chicago in those final seconds?
Well, I never saw everything after the play. So, I just to be honest with you, it don't even really matter at this point. We got an opponent. I'd be foolish to talk about a game last Thursday when we got a opponent like the Packers coming in here on Sunday, whose people, considering the best team in football right now and the way that they're playing. So we got to move on to Sunday and get ready to play the Green Bay Packers.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next will be Ed Encina.
Hey, Byron, you mentioned about, the challenge the past couple of weeks being that you didn't really know up until game day with some guys who you were going to have available. I mean, how does that affect, how does it affect the game plan, but also how does it affect kind of the chemistry? Because, especially with Brady still trying to figure out, how to, this is not the offense, but, just, with the weapons that he's going to have on a day-to-day, game-to-game kind of basis.
I mean, when you look at it around the league, it seems like it's on every team, right? A lot of teams is dealing with injuries. It's no excuse. The guys that we have on the team, I tell you all the time, I got the utmost confidence in, and I really believe that. So they're on this team because we feel as though they can help us play if they're put in the position where they have to go out, play a lot of snaps, make plays. They may not be Mike, they may not be Chris, they may not be the normal guys, but it's my job to put them in position to make enough plays from their skill set to help us win football games. That's really how I see it. Football is always injuries. It's unfortunate when it happened to you, but when it do happen, you've been around this game so long, it's a week in, week out job. Something's going on, so you always prepared for that. It comes with the territory, especially when you're playing on this level.
And how, you guys had a long time here between now and, between game day on Sunday and Thursday. How have you seen kind of your players kind of react to that? I mean, you can say that, when you lose a game like that, you want to be right back out there, right? Or you need that time, and obviously you guys need to get healthy. But how have they responded to that this week?
Well, for one, it was good for, I think, the guys to get some rest, to try to get in a better position physically. We had a lot of guys down, and I think some guys are in a better place physically. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see on Sunday. But it allowed us to be in a better position. Hopefully going into this week, we'll have to wait and see. But time give guys opportunity to get as healthy as possible.
Thanks, Mark.
Next will be John Ledger.
Hey, Byron, on Thursday night, Tom Brady, even though he's had a great start to the season with the deep ball, was 0 for 6 on passes of 20 yards or more from the line of scrimmage. Just curious if it was something that Chicago did that was kind of taking the deep ball away from you guys, or was it more like self-inflicted stuff? And if so, how do you keep that from carrying over to Green Bay?
I'm trying to think about them. I can't recall all the 6 that you're talking about. I just think we didn't execute. I don't think we executed well enough to win that game. That's just the only way I really see it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the 6 plays right now, but right now I can't really think off it offhand. We just got to do a better job of playing situational football. That game really came down to situational football. I don't think we did a good enough job there.
Thank you.
All right, that's all we have time for, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.